Hey, I'm Malachi Gregory, and welcome to my Dynamic Breath System Breakdown. This project was made using Unreal Engine 5's MetaSounds, and I'm going to walk you through my entire design process. My original goal was to add design to the game animation sample Epic released with the update to Unreal 5.4, but after opening the project file and seeing there was already sound design done for hand placements and footsteps, I thought it would be better to try something else. But I honestly couldn't move on because what drew me to the game animation sample was how cool the parkour looked, and it really reminded me of Mirror's Edge, which was a game I hadn't played before, but had heard incredible things about and wanted to try for myself. Then I got recommended this video on YouTube by Chicken, talking about the sound design of Mirror's Edge, and I knew I had to give the game a shot. And it was worth it. The game is amazing. But what really stood out to me was the dynamic breathing that would change based off the intensity of the parkour you were performing or how fast you were moving. This is where I switched the project into trying to replicate a similar system in Unreal using MetaSounds. I took out my Zoom H1n handy recorder and went and recorded my own vocal samples, which I then processed in Reaper and then exported into Unreal to manipulate and set up the overall system design. I separated the potential breathing levels into 4 different states. Cooldown, which is after you come from a higher intensity. Idle, for just idle breathing when you're not moving. Low action, for when you're moving at a lower speed than your highest potential speed. And high action for when you are performing at your highest potential speed or doing lots of energy demanding things like flips and wall grabs. The breathing system functions as a UI element and exists as an object separate from the player character. I built a blueprint that takes the player velocity and translates it into a variable the MetaSound can read with some interpolation to smooth out the velocity changes. For the core functionality of the breathing, I have the MetaSound split up into 3 different components: inhale, exhale, and then their combined output. On play, a random inhale is triggered from an array. The inhale sends to a trigger delay to trigger a random exhale played after a set range of time that comfortably fits the breathing state's cadence. The output block sums the inhale and exhale while adding some compression and filtering to have the 2 samples match a little bit better before outputting mono. This system is used for each breathing state: idle, cooldown, low action, and high action. I then took each breathing state MetaSound source and made MetaSound patches out of them to control with a larger core system that used a fade by float MetaSound patch to fade based on the parameter received by the player velocity. I hope this video demonstrated my process in using blueprints and MetaSounds to create a dynamic breathing system within Unreal 5. Thank you so much for watching.